Hi YouTube, it's Kathy and welcome back to my weekly entertainment wrap-up for January 8th through 14th. This week I finished 3 books, I watched 3 different TV series, I watched 1 movie, and I finished listening to 1 book. The first book I finished reading is Gemini, the second in the Illuminae Files trilogy. I am very excited for the third one to come out now. I thought it was just going to be 2 books, but apparently the third one is out in October. Originally I thought this was just a companion novel to the first book, and because, like I said, this is a second in a trilogy, I'm not going to get very deep into the content of this book, but what I will talk about is how it is told. Basically, this book is told as a compilation of different files. So we have different chat files, we have people that have written letters, we have people that have watched videos and have described them and written them down. And then they've been put in order, so basically you get the idea of a complete narrative through these different storytelling means. What was interesting about my experience this time is I read a physical copy of this book, which differs from Illuminae because I listened to that as an audiobook. And when you listen to it as an audiobook, there are at least 20 voice actors in it because of all the different types of information you're being fed. So I had already kind of pictured how the book would look in my mind, and reading it, I was pretty accurate. I love the different stylistic way of it being told. I love how much black paper they used, how much stylization, how many drawings were included by characters. And then things like diagrams are obviously much more easy to understand when you're physically looking at them instead of just listening to the content of the book. The second book I finished this week was The Secret Loves of Geek Girls, which was a compilation of different stories about love and lust from different women who happen to be geeks. Although I randomly pulled this off the graphic novels display at my library, this book is more essay than it is graphic novel, but there are definitely some great graphics in there. I love that it's a compilation of short comics as well as short essays as well as longer essays, and it was really just a delight to read. The third book I finished this week was Women Who Read Are Dangerous, and I will level with you, I did not read every single word that was written in this book. And the reason for that is it's mostly a study of art history and different paintings of women reading throughout the centuries. And although I read the bulk of the text, it got to a point where I was just interested in looking at these different portraits and not necessarily completely analyzing everything about them. So I did read some of the analysis, but it got to a point where I just wanted to appreciate the art without reading about the art. This week in Grey's Anatomy, I started Season 5, Episode 18, and I ended up on Season 6, Episode 19, which means I watched another season of Grey's Anatomy this week. The end of Season 5 made me cry like an absolute baby, so there's that. I also watched the last 3 episodes of Luke Cage, and I'm very, very excited for that series to continue. And because my love for Shonda Rhimes knows no bounds, I convinced my partner to start watching How to Get Away with Murder, which I have seen before, but he hasn't, and I want him to watch some Shonda Rhimes, but he doesn't do medical stuff, and he doesn't want to do political stuff, so that leaves us with How to Get Away with Murder. It's also really fun to watch it a second time with another person, and to have his commentary basically be, I don't like any of these people, but I'm really hooked into what's going to happen. This week I also watched Two Towers, which ended up being the extended edition, because that's what's on Netflix, so that was 4 hours of my life. Again, I hadn't seen this one since it came out when I was in high school, and it was really long, but obviously enjoyable, and it definitely holds up. And this week I finished listening to My Life on the Road by Gloria Steinem. This is a book I meant to read a year ago for Emma Watson's Feminist Book Club on Goodreads, and I just couldn't get a copy within that month, so I just ended up not actually joining that club. And although this was a very thorough examination of her life lived mostly in transit, and that was fascinating to me because I love traveling and meeting new people and learning new things about different places, there was also a lot of political stuff in there that was, on the one hand, really good to know, but on the second hand, reinforced to me that I know basically nothing about the political scape of my own country. So there's a little part of my Canadian self that's always like, why isn't there a book like this but for Canada? And you know what? There probably is, but it's hard to find things that are specifically Canadian because it feels like we're always fed media from America. If you have any book suggestions on this topic for me, let me know down in the comments below. That is it for this weekly wrap-up. If you have read, listened to, or watched any of these things and you have comments for me, let me know down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my face, make sure that you're subscribed and ring that notification bell if you see fit. And I will see you next time. Bye.